What do you make of the argument that you hear in the community that the voters just rejected this referendum in November? Why not listen to that? Why not take that as what people say or what voters think on this issue?
So there's a couple things. So first and foremost, it's important to keep in mind that referendums nationally only pass less than 40% of the time. And yet, most of the time, when a referendum does not pass the first time, many times it's put up for a second time or a third time. But the school board has made it very clear that, look, we have 4 months after the election. We have a window to basically save our program. So I applaud them for stepping up, and the fact that they all voted unanimously shows that they're on the same page. And I would also say to that line of thinking that a lot of the voters that I spoke with who voted no, and through family, friends, they quite honestly didn't understand the question. And it's very clear that due to Illinois state law, that the way that the referendum has to be worded, there's already a lot of problems with it. So the referendum itself on the ballot was not really set up for success. And that's primarily for two reasons. One, the fact that the referendum has to include Town of Normal in the Unit 5 school district title there. That alone can turn off a lot of people who live in Bloomington, who believe that they're basically trying to help Normal recover. And why we don't think as a community is besides me, but regardless, just the wording of the ballot, and that's due to the state law, which is unfortunate. And the other side of that is it's important to know that a lot of parents did not realize when they voted no that we would have to start making substantial cuts, because the referendum to this point is the only financially sustainable solution. And any other solution that I have heard from opposing school board candidates to members in the community, I say, look, I am not saying it's the one and only answer, but it's the only answer that's financially sustainable that the school district and the community has brought forth. So I think as voters, as people in our community, we have to understand that if one time it was struck down, if our community really, really believes that, then why do we fear it going back up? Because a lot of that sentiment that I've heard is coming from a sense of fear. It's coming from a sense of, look, what if it does pass? Because at the end of the day, if people who say you just heard from the voters, they said, no, why are you trying again? Well, if the only underlying sense that I get there is that they're afraid that it would pass, and that when the bonds fall off in a couple years, they won't get every penny back that they want.